They say when a woman is at peace, heaven smiles. But when a storm rises from nowhere, it scatters even the things built in silence. In this case, the storm was Yinka, and the silence was May Edochie. What started as a family drama has spiraled into a public disgrace, dragging names, reputations, and marriages into the mud. Today, we dig into the basketballs that led to what can only be described as the inevitable downfall of Linc Edochie's marriage to Yinka. At this point, let me just let you guys know that I'm at the garden. Yes, that's my usual garden now. So the birds are, as usual, singing and swinging all over the place. So just ignore, okay? So now back to the story. It all began when Yinka, newly wedded into the Edochie's family, took it upon herself to go after May Edochie, okay? And May, a woman who never raised her voice, never threw a jab, and who has carried her pain with silent dignity, has always minded her business. But here she was, being attacked left, right, center by this Yinka of a woman. While the rest of us thought Yinka would bring peace into an already fractured family, she chose instead to light the remaining matches in a house already on fire. Because that was exactly what she did, stoking fire upon fire every day. The real trouble began when Yinka publicly released May Edochie's personal phone numbers to the public, a gross violation that triggered massive online retaliations. It got everybody angry and even got the family to react at some stage. Fans, family, and even strangers were outraged. I was also outraged by that act by Yinka. It was just taking the whole thing too far. And as if that wasn't enough, she continued to drag May Edochie online, calling her names, accusing her of playing the victim and weaponizing her fans. It was an unprovoked attack, reckless, mean spirited, and totally unnecessary, if you ask me. And while Yinka was doing all this, May Edochie kept quiet in her own usual normal style. Not even a word came from her. And that silence, wow, that was her strength, I tell you. But Yinka did not see it. She was blinded by the illusion that drama would bring her relevance. Instead, what it brought her was disgrace. And even as I do this video now, it's all disgrace, all over the place once you hear the name Yinka. Disgrace all over the place. And as the heat intensified, the Duchess family began to distance themselves one after the other. Leo Edochie was the first to speak up. He swore before God that he had never seen Yinka with his own eyes and declared clearly, Yinka is not our wife. You know what that means. Coming from the most senior person in that Edochie family, that means a lot. That was like uh, just deny her existence completely. What a shame. Honestly, what a shame. And he went further in that same interview or audio, He went on to say, he went on to call May Edochie. He said, May Edochie is like his younger sister. And he said it with such firmness that you could feel the embarrassment dripping from every word. Okay? Then came Linc Edochie, the quiet one. The filmmaker, the one many had always known as a calm, composed, and deep person. When Lick finally broke his silence, it was loud, yes, so very, very, very loud. Without insults or rants, he issued a dignified but firm statement that shook the internet. Yes, that's his statement, Omo, was a blast. In his words, I did not endorse the recent attack on May Edochie. Neither did I endorse posting her number online. We may not all agree with each other, but we can respect one another. Better to be alone and at peace than to be in a union filled with landmines. Because that is exactly what Yinka represents. From day one that we were known, we were introduced to her, it has been one very devilish move or the other. Attacks upon attack, waves of attacks, unrelenting, you know. So So I'm not surprised that, in fact, let me even shock you, my people. Knowing the character of Linc Edochie, I'm one of those few people who have been wondering that look, it's just going to be a matter of time, because I don't think that kind of character will be able to absorb this level of toxicity. I don't think so. I was looking, I was already, I mean, feeling that one day something was going to give, and that is what Linc Edochie has just done. With that, he followed Yinka. He unfollowed Yinka. Yes, you know when somebody unfollows you online, that's a big thing. Oh, a big thing. He did that, and in the world of social media, don't forget that's not just a move; it's a message, a very loud and big message. Okay. Shortly after, Yinka reacted. Of course, now a busybody now. She reacted. Reports say she announced their separation and tried to spin it as a mutual stuff. But the truth, this was no mutual anything. Yes, I say it was not a mutual anything. Okay, this was karma cashing up with pride, disrespect, and bitterness. That is exactly what happened. What kind of mutual? Something that was out there in the open and everybody has been watching. You say it's mutual. There's nothing mutual about that separation. And that's, if at all, is going to remain like that. Now, let's take a moment to examine this. Yinka entered a troubled family, troubled not because of May Edochie, but because of her husband's decision and their ripple effect. Instead of being a peacemaker, she poured gasoline on burning wood. She attacked a woman she barely even knew, a woman who never fought her, never mentioned her name, and never returned fire. And for that, and for what? Just to prove a point. Maybe, maybe just to trend online as well. Okay? They warned her. In fact, yours sincerely in one of my videos actually advised that she needs to tread carefully. Oh, yes, she was warned. But like the proverbial dog who refuses to hear the hunter's whistle, she charged on. She continued to charge ahead. And now the whistle has blown and she's left in ruins. You see life? You see life? What has she gained now, if you ask me? Third failed marriage. That's what she has gained. A union that did not even last beyond 2 months, because they came out to tell us that they married themselves sometime in May. And this is just June, for God's sake. June hasn't even ended. Humiliation, disgrace, and ridicule across all social media platforms. That is what has marked the end of this their union. The same people she thought would clap for her are now mocking her with memes and savage comments. Her name is being dragged and tattered. Even her Edochie surname, which she flaunted the last time, how will she remove it from her bio now? How will she now remove this name? What is all this? When the whole world was warning and warning and warning, she didn't listen. Now look at this mess now. How is she going to come out of this whole mess? How? As for Link, many say he made a mistake not knowing her, not knowing Yinka very well before tying the knot. I think so too. But sometimes love is blind and pride louder than wisdom. What matters now is that he has freed himself. Yes, so because last, he didn't escape from this bullet, oh, because this was a time bomb. I tell you, my people. So the good thing is, last, the guy man don't escape. Oh. The guy man don't escape. Pali or no pali, the guy man don't escape. Okay? He has chosen peace at the end of the day because he has always been a man of peace. Honestly. So I'm happy he has chosen peace. I'm happy he has chosen sanity. Okay? And in the world filled with noise, that decision for me is power. Big power at this time. Okay? Leo, they should deserve applause right now. In a culture where families often keep silent about toxic behavior, he stood up and spoke out. He saved the family's name from further disgrace and openly protected May Edochie, who, according to PeteEdochie, remains the favorite daughter-in-law. That says everything. Forget, say, Yul Edochie and May Edochie, they're not they talk. They're not they, okay? They may not be together. But that does not in any way change the fact that Mayor Edochie is always in the right place with his father-in-law and his brother-in-laws, regardless. And that is what matters here. And I'm so surprised and shocked that Yinka, who just came into the family, didn't spend time to study these dynamics. And she started attacking this innocent woman. Now look at it now. Now, what is the takeaway, for the rest of us in all these gospels every day? What is the takeaway for all of us? It is simple. Never fight a peaceful person. They are backed by forces you cannot see. I'm telling you. Peaceful people, just leave them alone. And never insert yourself into family politics you don't understand. Because that was exactly what Yinka did. She hasn't even settled down. She never understood the dynamics of the politics in that family. And the next thing, she started hitting everyone. So I'm saying never insert yourself into family politics you don't understand, especially not when your own foundation is still shaky. Yes, Yinka wanted war and she got it. But in the end, she lost everything. I tell you, she has lost everything right now. Her marriage, her dignity, and the very platform she tried to dominate. She has lost everything. And as for May, yeah, our baby girl May, okay, she may never have raised her voice, but in the silence, I tell you, she won everything and she keeps winning, okay? So, my people, sometimes the loudest victory is in silence. Oh, I keep saying this in most of my videos. When you see people who are quiet or people who don't react, who don't give back boost for back boost, don't think that they are being weak. Don't think so, because sometimes and most times the loudest victory is in silence. And in the end, as far as this case is concerned, karma never forgets an address. And this time the address he land for Yika Domot Gidigba. Stay woke, my people, until I bring another fresh story. And I just want to thank every one of you who has been there for this channel. God bless you. God bless you. And I want to thank God for Link for escaping this bullet. I want to thank God for May, Queen May herself. At least this will serve as deterrent to others who want to come and attack her from nowhere. Okay? So, what do you think about this unfold this story? Please feel free to go to the comment section and leave your comment. And hopefully, yours sincerely will meet you right there. I will take the conversation further. God bless you. I'll be right back.